What's making headlines in the newspapers this morning, and we start with Business Day. Business Day leading with the story about Gavin Watson. Watson questioned over tax payments. SARS interviews the CEO of corruption-accused company Bosasa. The tax man wants to know if Watson hid any funds. Now, Gavin Watson was, of course, the CEO of corruption-accused facilities company Bosasa. He appeared before a confidential SARS inquiry. This a day after he was due to answer questions about his 500,000 rand donation to President Cyril Ramaphosa's ANC election campaign. And then also on the front page there, PPC delays results on Zim Forex changes, and this is cement maker PPC. They postponed the release of their annual results on Wednesday, just 20 minutes before that presentation was due to start, and this was because they said they needed more time to work out the impact of this week's currency reforms in Zimbabwe. Those are the two top stories that the Business Day goes with this morning. And then moving on to the Citizen, beautiful picture there of Africa. Africa's Got Talent, it reads. The Indlovu Youth Choir from Limpopo received a standing ovation from the judges at America's Got Talent on Tuesday, and this amid the dismal state of South Africa's sports teams provided something for South Africans to rekindle the country's patriotic spirit. And then also on the front page there, invisible hands at the PIC. There was possible external influence on PIC's investment decisions. The inquiry into the Public Investment Corporation heard yesterday. And President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday, in his response to the State of the Nation debate in Parliament, saying, "Juju is right on land. I agree with Malema. We will not solve the social ills of South Africa without addressing the land question." That quoting the president yesterday. And of course, the lead story for the Citizen and for some of the other papers this morning, rotten towns getting worse. Only 18 out of 278 municipalities. It's actually 257 municipalities. And if you add the 21 municipal entities, that gives you 278. So it's 18 out of 287 municipalities had a clean audit, with Auditor General staff being intimidated and threatened, findings that are appalling. And that, of course, the AG's report from yesterday, which we will be dissecting in a short while. And moving along now to the Sowetan. And the Sowetan this morning also leading with that story about broke towns can't pay workers. Municipalities might be forced to raid pension and medical aid funds for operational costs. And the AG reports that 25 billion rand in irregular expenditure was noted, as only 18 out of 257 councils actually got clean audits. Also, Putikomo accused of dodging rent, and Ramaphosa defends the Sona dream. That's the front page of today's Sowetan. And moving on to the Star, also leading with that story, 25 billion wasted is what they say. Municipalities in a mess. Auditor General to hold mayors and municipal managers to account. And yesterday, Makwetu vowed to hold these mayors and municipal managers accountable, including those in the big metros, for the financial losses incurred by municipalities under their watch. And then, woman in lift, help me, I'm dying. This is an absolutely tragic story about something that happened on Sunday, it would seem. The sole survivor of the fatal Joburg elevator tragedy, which happened when a lift cable seemingly snapped in a residential building in Doornfontein. And this is what happened when it was hanging by a thread, it would seem, from the 26th floor. And the lift basically just crashed into the roof, and a woman basically lost her life during that absolute tragedy. So those some of the stories making headlines for the Star. And also AO not privy to processes at PIC, that's IO Technology Solutions. They were not privy to the processes within the Public Investment Corporation, according to the chairperson, Wallace Mkhodi, and that's all about the PIC inquiry. So those are some of the stories making headlines in today's newspapers. Well, coming up, we'll also delve into the big story that most of the papers are going with this morning, and that is, of course, Auditor General Kimi Makwetu's report on the state of the municipalities, the audit outcomes in them, and we'll be speaking to governance expert and political analyst Sandile Swana, who is with us this morning to help us unpack and also look at perhaps some of the reasons why we are seeing this type of decline. And remember, our question of the day also relates to this. We're asking you what needs to be done about this culture of wasteful expenditure in our municipalities. So do stay with Morning Live and do respond to our question at Morning Live SABC.